Hi, it's Alan. I'm standing in front of a Batman pictures because obviously I want to talk about what happened in Colorado. First, I want to say how sorry I am to everyone affected. You know, something like this doesn't just affect those that were killed or injured, but their friends and family, and it ripples out into the communities. You know, it affects our entire nation. It affects the world because we're so global now. And I just want to say I'm sorry to those directly affected, and I don't understand it. I understand a soldier's job in war. I understand defending yourself. I even understand revenge or vigilantism. But I don't understand the needless and senseless killing of innocent victims in a situation such as this. And, a shooting spree that is just totally mind-boggling to me of how someone could do that. And I'm so sorry to all of those affected. Because I teach safety and self-defense, I've been asked by a number of people, what can we do if that happens? And the answer is there's no simple cookie cutter definition or answer that fits everything. It really does depend. And it depends on quite a few different variables. And I do want to write about those variables, probably do some more videos, and cover a lot of the situations and different things that can be done. But I also want to provide something of value here for people that are a little worried about, what can I do? The single best thing you can do in a shooting situation is escape to safety. Okay? Get out of there immediately. If you're inside a building, get out of the building immediately and away from the building. That's your first and foremost means of keeping yourself safe or your loved ones safe. If you're responsible for others, you want to get them out to safety. Think of a Secret Service agent. When they're protecting the President of the United States, their first and foremost thought, if something happens, is get the President to safety. There's other people to deal with the threat, but those that are guarding the principal directly, get him or her to safety. And that's what we're taught as bodyguards and security. So if you're protecting your family, your job isn't to fight the bad guy, it's to get your family out to safety. Most people, your job is to get yourself to safety. Okay? Those that have training may be able to engage a bad person and stop them. Sometimes I understand that there's no choice. You can't escape to safety. Maybe hiding would be your best bet. Maybe playing dead. That has worked for some, even though it's debatable if that's the best option. There have been people that have played dead and it's helped them survive. Sometimes you just have to attack the attacker. You have to attack back, overwhelm him with violence, and stop him, because there's no way to do anything else. Hopefully, if that is your choice or your only option, you've had some training to help with that situation. Okay. But back to escaping to safety as your first and foremost defense and the way to keep yourself safe. To do so, you must be aware. I don't go into a place without knowing how to get out. I advise you the same. If you're in a theater, a restaurant, a mall, a school, I don't care where you are, you should know where the exits are. What's one of the first things they tell you on the safety briefing of an airplane? Locate the nearest exit. It may be behind you. Okay? They've had studies of survivors of airplane crashes, and they can say that you are more likely to survive an airplane crash if you have paid attention to the safety briefings and read the little safety card that they have in the back seat. And that's why I've made little blog posts telling people, pay attention, read the little card, increase your safety of survival. It's the same anywhere. I want you to know where the exits are. Sitting closer to the exits is preferable. And it's not just if a shooter comes in, but what about another natural disaster, earthquake or some such event where you have to exit a building quickly? If you're closer to the exits, if you know where the exits are, it's easier to do. Again, I know it's not always possible. You get to the movie late in a crowded theater, you might not have a choice where you sit, but you do have the option of knowing where the nearest exits are and having choices, because normally there's more than one exit. I also know that when you're in a movie theater watching the movie, you're paying attention to the movie and not necessarily if somebody came in the back of the theater with a firearm. I mean, we can only be so aware, right? And sometimes it's just bad luck. the individual that was shot in a neighboring theater, how can they be aware that their shooting is going on next door and a bullet's going to come through the wall and hit them? Sometimes it's just bad luck, the first people that are killed. And even the most aware and the best warriors out there, military, police, may have died in such a situation. It happens. But for right now, for this tip, without going too much further in depth, I just want you to be aware of your surroundings, aware of the exits, and get yourself to safety immediately on an incident such as this. Now, if you haven't downloaded my free guide to situational awareness, I encourage you to do so. Download that, read it, and incorporate those awareness and safety strategies into your life. They will help you in many situations, not just a movie theater shooting. They'll also help you recognize the good things out there, because I want you to live a happy, good life. One of the reasons I'm in front of these Batman signs is I want to encourage you to still go see Batman if you had planned to see it. I don't want you afraid of life. I want you to enjoy life. I just want you to enjoy it a little more safely. And that's why I make these videos and write the things I write about and do the presentations I give. So if you haven't read that situational awareness guide, please go to my website, burrese.com or yourwarriorsedge.com. Download it, read it, and live a little more safely. If you do that, you'll also be on a list where you'll get some updates from me, including some future writings and videos that I do on shootings and surviving shootings. I plan on doing more on it, and I plan to do everything I can to provide information to help keep you safe, because it is your responsibility. Nobody else out there can protect you as well as you can. So learn it, live it, and please take care and be safe. And to, again, everyone that was involved with the Colorado shootings, I am so sorry, and I really hope you can find some peace after this tragic event. So until next time, thank you and stay safe.